Shaw,
Yes.
Sarah Stevenson,
Here.
and Vidar is absent.
Okay. The agenda's in front of you. Are there any additions or changes to the agenda that you would like? By the way, I've sent this agenda out to you at least a week in advance, and I welcome changes. I welcome additions. So please do not be remiss in doing that. Don't feel that you're hurting my feelings, okay? So are there any changes or additions?
No.
No.
Okay, hearing none, this is our opportunity for public comment. If there's somebody in the audience that would like to, just as a reminder, we're giving you 5 minutes.
Okay.
We appreciate you being here.
Okay. Michelle and Randy Papera, 221 Washington Street. What we're inquiring on, I'm sure you know, is the tree in front of our property that
Yep.
was okayed to get removed, and we were just wondering when that was going to.
Michelle, I'm gonna suspend the rules a little bit and give you a direct answer. It will be removed as soon as the bridge, the 31 bridge,
Okay.
is open and we don't have the Washington Street detour.
Traffic.
Right now, to take that tree down will take a couple of hours. And we don't, the Public Works Department doesn't feel that they can afford to do that and plug up that detour road for the time it takes. But you are number one on the list once the bridge is open.
Okay, and then, is it the city that does it, or is it a third party?
It is a city.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Just, I don't know, just because I want to know, could they contact me? Because I'm sure they have like work orders, like today we're going to go work on, 2nd Street through 3rd Street, doing
Right.
tree trimming. I'd like to possibly get a courtesy call or maybe an email saying, hey, we're going to be at your residence on Tuesday on, June 2nd or whatever.
I'm sure we can try to do that. Katie, can you take a note? She's the one that would be calling you.
Okay, yeah, yes, because
Secretary of
she told me,
Works.
we were emailing back and forth, and so yeah, it's all good.
And part of it is the tree trimming next to it, obviously, it's our front of our house, We're currently undergoing, several projects that we're gonna be doing there, to landscaping and a new flagpole, just different things. And I don't want somebody that else has a judgment that how they think how that should look. And to me, it's obvious, there's 3 main branches on the other tree that need to be cut.
Okay.
And then, then it'll be way up, but it'll all start filling out again.
Yeah.
We don't want one of those deals where they cut and then they got a tree going this way and a tree going that way and it looks stupid, let's.
And it's not necessary.
We don't even want to cut any trees down.
No, but we are going to.
The sun's gonna pound on our house without those trees in the summertime.
Yeah.
But the one is in danger of falling on our house.
Yep.
So, and that's why we came. We just wanna know what's going on.
Right.
The detour was discussed at the last meeting. And it wasn't the same answer you just gave.
Okay.
It wasn't a big deal. It was gonna happen anyway in the winter. They kept saying it happens in the winter, traffic will be slow anyway. So we just wanna know what happened,
We actually, go ahead, Gary.
We did, the last meeting we had, there wasn't a quorum here, so we talked a few minutes, and Jeff was here. And John did bring up the tree on your street there, and he says, right now with traffic down there and the bridge open or closed and so on, I'd rather not do it because.
And I get it. I'm just saying that I brought that same thing up and asked, how can you do it in the winter? And he said it's gonna be done in the winter. At least that's what I remember
Yeah.
from the meeting.
It normally is done in the
That's when
winter
it's
time.
normally done.
And there was plenty of time to do it, and many times. I mean, I lived there, I can tell you that, the fact, but I also know that we're not the only thing they have to do. So I respect all
Well,
that.
I just want you to know the specific answer is the detour and the traffic on Washington Street right now. And you're probably well aware, Washington.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Washington Street's getting the crap kicked out.
I've been pretty happy lately because the state police have been there a few times finally and starting to pull people over.
Yeah.
Because this is, and I know that's not part of this,
Yeah.
but to me, it's just absurd that the traffic cannot be reinforced, or the laws can't be enforced on that street. And when I see every day in my life, is it not being enforced?
Yeah.
And I realize everybody's in a hurry, it's a detour, I wanna get through. But even after the detour, it's not gonna stop.
Yep.
Unless somebody finally puts their foot down and makes it publicly known that it's being enforced.
Yeah, I think,
So people will calm down, they just gotta calm down a little bit. And when you know what made me, I decided to talk to the state police was, I saw a group of children riding their bicycles. And all the stupid stuff I've seen happen, I started getting sick to my stomach thinking, what if one of these kids gets hurt over the stupidity and behavior people are doing? I'm not blaming it on the city, it's people's behavior in
Yeah.
society.
Yeah.
It's belligerent, and I'm putting that mildly.
I've noticed that on many of the roads, that if you get out First Street to the beach, that 25 miles an hour, okay, you go 30. No, people are going 60.
You're
Yep,
right.
Yep, exactly.
So
So
it
you're the new guy on the commission?
No.
No, the council?
Sarah,
I'm the new guy.
There.
No, the council.
New
not on city
lady.
council, no.
no,
That's a different Smith?
Yeah,
How many Smiths are there?
his name is Coram.
I'm quorum.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Smiths around.
I know, I know.
One thing, I just want to reassure you that it's on the list.
Okay, thank you.
Have every right, and this has happened too this past winter, to walk out there and talk to the guys that are doing the work. And, you know, if you talk to them, and they're willing, in fact, I was walking on 4th Street, and they were gonna take down a tree that we didn't have on the list. And I just, guys,
They just get carried away, they just get into
Yeah,
it. They just
yeah.
get into it.
And it is the easiest job in the world to be the sidewalk superintendent.
yeah, but, you know, they want to do a good job for you, so. And
Okay.
again, you know, this bridge was supposed to open
Right,
a long time ago, and now it's after Memorial Day.
Memorial, yeah.
yep,
At best, so.
okay.
Again, folks, thank you so much for being here.
And I hope they make that bridge look good when they're done. because,
I hope so.
I mean, they patched all those cement towers.
Yeah.
And I respect the saving of that design and everything, but are they gonna paint them or something, or do you know?
Oh, yeah, it's supposed to
Or
be
you know, you got
painted.
this big cement patch on the corner,
Oh, I see what you're talking about.
and you know what I mean? It would, all that money they put in that bridge, they're not gonna really leave it look that way, I guess. I hope not, but
They'll paint it.
I better stop over there and ask them something.
Hey, by the way, feel free to talk to Chief Glass. You know, our chief of police is open too to these kind of,
I have talked,
Yeah.
I have spoken to him many times,
okay, well, just,
but thank you.
absolutely, guys.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you.
All right. Next thing on the agenda is approval of the minutes from our meeting on October 9th. That's in front of you. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes of the meeting from October 9th?
No.
Hearing none, the minutes are approved. Okay? Unfinished business. Katie, maybe you can tell us, do we have any more planting requests have come in over the past month or so?
We have 44 total.
44 total.
And
that's a good
Anthony's,
number.
I think they placed their order already, and they're gonna plan on planting at the end of the month, I
Really?
believe.
Oh, really? This month?
Too late to
April?
place an order?
Yes,
This is where they put it in your.
Yes.
Right away?
yes. You can still order, but it would go on next year's planting, so.
Wonderful.
So I think there was
44 is a good
44
number.
total.
44 is a good number. Appreciate that. We're going to push it. So, Jerry, you're up next. Proposed changes to our bylaws. We have to do this every year, and Jerry dug into our bylaws and has got a few recommended changes that he'd like to share with us.
Okay, I can, let me hand it out. I've got some copies over here, and I'll just hand it out. And you guys take a look at it for a minute and read it, and then we'll talk about it. And just go forward.
All right.
First part is regular meetings. I wrote down what is in the bylaws right now for regular meeting. And it says no less than 6 times per calendar year and so on and so on. And my proposed change is down below there. I blew it up a little bit more. And I also put in there, for the last meeting of the year, to project forward the following year's meetings. Okay? And we did this last time around. You followed what I was suggesting. So, yes. And the reason I'm doing that is we're talking about me quarterly, is that because the ordinance for the city says the tree commission meets quarterly.
Okay.
So my there's one suggestion, we can go and change the ordinance, but it's a lot of work to do,
No.
and it's really difficult to do. So it's probably easier to change and put it in our bylaws. And my suggestion is just to keep our butts covered on this is that, in March, we can propose a meeting and 9 times out of 10, or it probably won't happen because we won't have a quorum because we have a lot of what they call snowbirds. So, but at least we got it covered.
Right. But if we get our full 7 members on this commission,
It will make it more.
it'll make it easier for us to have a quorum.
Right.
For Sam to be in
Chances go
Florida,
up,
me to be
chances go
in
up.
Florida,
Right, right.
but that's great.
So anyway, that's what I'm proposing. Take a look at that, and if it looks good, we'll move it into the bylaws.
That's great. So bottom line is, if we started with January being the first month of the year and that being defined as winter, perhaps we should have a meeting in February. I'm just throwing out, just to make sure we get that quarter. And then we have another meeting, our first regular meeting of the year would be maybe in April,
Yes, if you
like
want it,
today.
right.
And then we meet monthly,
Then monthly.
and then,
If you think there'll be more participation in February versus March.
yeah, March, spring starts on this date, but, we're trying to stay with the second Monday.
Well, then we can do January too for the same
Yeah,
thing,
but again, we'll see.
But anyway, keep it into thought, and we'll probably bring that up in our last meeting for the year, in October, and see how we want to do it.
So the way this works is, with bylaw changes, is this is the reading of the bylaws, and now it's open for discussion. Is there any additional discussion?
Not for me.
Hearing none, we will vote, and to vote, we must have 2/3 of the people present. So bottom line is, there's got to be at least 3 yay votes and only 1 no. Okay? So, at this time, all in favor of this proposed change to our bylaws, please respond by saying yes.
Yes.
Yes. Anyone against it, please respond by saying no. Passed unanimously, Katie.
Katie, would you like a copy of this?
Yeah, we need to give a copy to her, so
I've got some extra one. You guys can hang on.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, pass that on, pass that on.
you betcha.
Sure.
Wonderful.
There you are.
Oh, thank you.
As I just said, recruiting additional tree commission members, I would love to see this commission up to 7 people. And could I just ask Sarah, not to put you on the spot, but why? Why did you put your paperwork in and want to do this?
Well, I wanted to serve on a commission. I have some very unique trees. I bought a house a year ago, and it came with some very old, unique trees. So I want to learn more about trees in general. And then I'm thrilled to find out that we're a Tree City USA. I've lived in those in the past, and it really, I think, makes a huge difference. So I'm excited to be able to help implement that and shepherd that through. But really, I just want to make sure we are managing our trees responsibly. We're growing the number of trees, and learn more about tree policy in general.
Being
Very
a
good.
member, how would you recommend to the 3 of us, how could we do a better job of recruiting? What would turn people on?
So, the only times I've ever seen a call for recruits has been in the classifieds of the, paper.
That's where they normally show up, right?
Newsletters from like the, Dems and whatnot. Do we advertise it on Facebook?
Probably not. That's
That
one
would
of
be a
the-
good place. I would actually throw it into one of those private groups. I'm not a member of any of them because they got a little too gripey for my tastes. But there's valuable information being shared there about job openings and events and things like that. So I think we should take it to social media if we haven't yet.
The one challenge we have, and I wish Jeff were here, Katie, and if you can answer, because we are a city commission, I think that we are limited to what we can do, on social media on our own. The city obviously has a Facebook page.
They do, and I know they post vacancies, but
Yeah.
just a general,
Well, I'm just thinking about using social media, for example, to, let the public know that we're a tree city now. you know, and my question is how best to do that, and that's probably something I should sit
We
down
can
maybe
send,
with
right, I think
Campbell.
something like that you can send over. I send, if I'm hiring at the marina, I send post over to Kelly McCall, and she'll post it. She's in charge of the Facebook page, and she'll post. But I think like the Tree City,
Yeah,
I think that would be fine.
well, I just, you know, I want to
Yeah.
make sure, I just want to follow protocol. Okay, and, you know, so we're going to use social media.
Right, and you could email Kelly, and then she will tell you,
Yeah.
you know, yes
I
or
would
no,
hope-
but.
I would hope that she maybe would give, and I know this young lady knows social media better than I do even.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I could, you know,
I'm happy to write a
Yeah, yeah, you
draft post, and
Right,
if they
Mm-hmm.
like it,
yeah,
great. If they don't, well, back to the
Yeah.
drawing board.
well, you know, but given, you know, me or Sarah or Sam or Jerry or Peter, you know, the ability to post directly to the city web.
Mm-hmm. oh, yeah, I don't think so, I
don't
think,
know. I mean,
Right.
I'm gonna ask the question, and if I'm
Right.
told no, that's not
Right.
acceptable, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know, then we'll work something out.
right,
But,
And then my other suggestion would be, John, I know you're involved with a ton of organizations, I'm involved with a fair number, to just start putting stuff in our various groups, newsletters, or putting a little flyer up or something like that. Yeah,
I think that and personal interaction.
and maybe take it to the, make an appeal to the Spirit of the Woods Garden Club. It seems like there'd be some friendly folk there, and I would love to have another woman sitting on the council, so,
Go get one.
all right.
We'll be glad to, you know, but guys, I think, you know, I think it's up to us. And, you know, that's the other thing. I think if we sit back and just let those postings work, you know, the other problem with that I have is we may not get somebody that's willing to do the work. I mean, let's face it, we may get somebody that we can't get along with.
Well, that does happen.
That happens,
Yeah,
of course.
And so that, we either get that person in line or we exit.
yeah. But you know, the nice thing about it, if you do it personally and somebody you know
Right.
already, you know what kind of, you know, what you gotta put up with here, you know? And, that would be the best way to do it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I think, you know, we need 2 more.
And they have to be a resident of the city, not just the county, right?
They have to be a resident of the city or have some,
Business in town.
Business.
They can live
Own
outside,
property.
they can live outside of the city limits, but they also have to have a business in town here.
Okay, let me start thinking about that. Who I would approach for that.
I got,
that,
I got one, I know would be good.
who,
Yeah, Barry
Peterson?
Peterson,
Absolutely,
he would be a real good one.
absolutely. Ask him.
I will.
He's a friend of mine too. Yeah. Yeah, we got some guys on our golf league that can,
Yep,
Barry's a retired educator too,
Yep.
so
yep, I'll give him a call, I'll talk with him.
wonderful. And if he doesn't want to do it, see if Mary wants to. His wife.
Is that his wife?
Yeah, Mary,
Okay.
right,
And she's a retired educator.
yes,
so-
she is.
But, no, again, so I think I'm done with what I wanted to say here, but I think it's really important for us to do this. All right. Well, we're gonna move on next to new business. I'm so pleased that we are a tree city. And look what they gave us. You got a minute?
Holy moly.
It's nice.
Cool.
Gotta be-
So can we have a float in a parade now? Or a presence in a parade?
Sure.
Oh, yes, if you
Isn't this
want.
beautiful?
There'll be 2 of us walking down the street holding it.
This town, Sarah, one thing you'll find out about this town is there's so many groups that march in that parade. There's some, I'm in every one of them, you know.
Right, I'm sure you are.
Right, yeah, that'd be good to walk down the parade. We can be right there with the Elks with their flag, we'll have this
Yes.
flag.
Yeah.
Cool.
That'd be perfect.
Love it.
That sounds
They
like a
really-
crazy idea, but we might wanna do that, John.
Well, here's just another idea. You get me thinking and you're in trouble. We've got these young people that Sam has recruited to help us with the inventory process from, you know, the high school, you know, if they're not in the band, maybe they march in the parade with us.
Yeah.
Be proud to, you know.
That's an idea, I like that.
I do too.
We're gonna, before we leave tonight, we're gonna take a picture behind that banner, that flag, and that's gonna be, you know, one of our pictures we're gonna send to the newspaper. Okay, Katie, you'll take the picture with my camera. But I'm wondering if we should do it in here or outside? Should we do it outside under?
Outside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside.
Big,
Probably
Probably a
fantastic.
good idea, right?
Yeah.
And we'll use that. Now, the other thing that I would like to do, and if any of the three of you are available, tomorrow is a regular city council meeting. And during the public comment section, I want to tell them that you're a tree city now. And present them with this flag, just, you know, I'll take it back. You know, if that's, you know, I'll talk to Bill Gamble tomorrow before the meeting, just to make sure that, but it'll be during public comment, so I've got 3 to 5 minutes or whatever they give. So if you'd like to be there with me, that would be wonderful, because I could use help holding the flag open.
What time?
It's at 7.
Oh, shoot. I think I have to bartend.
You gotta work. Okay, well, you gotta work. Some of us are just, you know, floating along because you're working, you're paying our social security, thank you.
And I know. Someday.
Then go to the, we wanna have an event, guys, and I wanted to have the event at Morton Park, which is the park, the newest park in the city. It's also the one that needs trees the most. And we want to have that on Friday, the 26th of April. That is Arbor Day, okay? And Arbor Day is, the Arbor Day Foundation is where you get Tree City USA certification from, so they're all married up. So we, in order to get Tree City designation for 2025, we have to have an Arbor Day celebration anyhow. I kind of made one up to get it this year.
I like what you made up, John, this is great.
Yeah, it is.
This is great.
It's very good.
But
And my comment on this is print it, go with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. The only thing I would change is I'd add a headline and I'd bold some things. Bold
Okay.
some
You'd what?
keywords.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I
That
have
needs to
a,
pop out.
yeah, tell them.
I do this for a living, so.
All right, well,
Good.
a few keywords.
But I think it's fantastic and I
But
love,
the rhetoric in there and the
the
write-up and
Morton
everything else
story.
It's smooth, it's not, doesn't have a ton of verbiage in it, every word is in there, it's good.
yeah, I agree.
And the Morton connection, believe it or not, guys, I gotta give all the credit to our friend who wanted her tree limb cut.
Right here?
Oh,
Oh,
No,
no, the other one.
the other one,
Okay.
Yes.
so that we struggled with for
Jennifer.
5 years.
Jennifer.
Jen,
Gentel.
yeah,
So she came up with Joy Morton.
yeah, she came up with the whole Morton connection.
I read that over a couple of times and I said, that's pretty, I says, where the heck did John
Right.
find that?
that's something that a reporter is gonna go, ooh,
Yeah.
that
We hope.
makes it more interesting.
So, as far as the invitees, Katie, I'm gonna totally rely on you to make sure Jeff is there.
I won't be though.
Oh, no, where are you gonna be?
I have a family obligation down in Plymouth
All right,
that
Oh,
day,
yeah.
Friday.
I've got it on my calendar.
But we know, and you're excused, but we'll be in the picture here anyhow, and we're listing the members. This is the opportunity to list the members of the tree commission, so.
So we can post this on Facebook on the city page?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, so I'll send this off to Kelly tomorrow, get that posted.
Except, here's one, there's 2 things that I have not confirmed yet.
Oh,
I
okay.
have not confirmed that Scott Peedle from the Forest Service will be there.
Oh, okay.
And Josh, Lord love him, Josh Shields is our
Right.
arborist. Mm-hmm. Okay, and he works for the Manistee and Mason County and Lake County
Oh, wow.
Conservation District. He's a wonderful guy, and he just apologized right and left. He cannot be there that Friday. So,
He's out, so you
pardon?
haven't touched base with Scott then yet, have you?
I've touched base with him, but he hasn't returned my call.
Okay, okay.
So I will follow up with him, but I'd prefer not to have this published yet.
Okay,
Until I can get, I know I've got somebody else coming from the conservation district,
okay,
okay? Just not the chief forester.
okay.
Okay, that's good, John.
Good.
That's good.
Good if it ran next week anyway. You don't
Yeah.
want it too far in advance.
Right, right. This is, other than that, the only other thing that I really want to do is, we already have up on the website, as beautiful as our Manistee Plant a Tree, what do I want to call it, campaign, and that's going to go on. I do want to have, there'll be another article that I want the paper to publish about, leading up to Arbor Day, about that opportunity. Okay, and Sarah and I will work up a
Okay,
press release for that,
Okay.
if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, so is the plans to put this in the paper also?
Yes.
This,
Yeah.
okay, very
And
good.
I plan to have this in the Ludington paper, the Manistee paper, and right now I got a relationship with the Cadillac paper, they're publishing some stuff, just in case, I just want,
I'd send it out to IPR as well, or
Yeah.
or whatever NPR station is most receptive.
well, Interlochen Public Radio would be great
Yeah.
to do for this.
I mean, I have a media list if that would be helpful.
I would, yeah, if you could just share that with me and everybody else on the commission, that'd be great.
Absolutely.
I don't know if we need approval from the city council to have this little celebration at the park.
I'm gonna say you probably should run it by them.
I'll do that tomorrow.
Right. I'm sure they won't deny it, but they probably would like to know what's going on.
Right,
Like a heads up.
Right.
so my intention is to have, what do we got on the council, 7 people on the council?
Right here, 1, 2, 3, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
7. Could I ask you, can you make me 10 copies of this? And I'll stop by and pick them up
Okay.
tomorrow at your office. I'd make them myself, but my printer's out of ink.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Well, you want to see some of what I've been doing.
I know
leading up,
what you've been
leading
doing.
up to Saturday, the environmental festival. Okay, is there anything else that you guys can think of as it relates to this whole thing? Oh,
Now, the other thing is
I got one more thing.
I don't know for sure whether I'm gonna be here on the 26th or not. If I am, I will be there,
All right,
because I'm traveling in the next week.
all right. This also, just so you know, this is a sticky thing. I don't know, you put it up somewhere.
Oh,
I would assume, because they also sent me a thing, we have actually been a Tree City for 14 years. We just haven't been one
For a while.
for a while.
so is this something you'd hand out at the parade, John?
No, this is something that you would put on a plaque somewhere that
I
would
got
say, I'm a Tree City, does it have a year on it? I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2023.
Yeah, so, you'd have it somewhere in this building. If we ever got to that point.
Well, speaking of that, if we do go down to the parade with a flag and so on, maybe we want to get some paper stickies like that to hand out.
That's a good idea. I can make copies of that. It's a great
You know,
idea.
instead of candy.
You know what, even better? We'd make a copy of that, and then underneath it, we'd have a QR code that leads right to our page
Good idea.
on the website, that they could go to Manistee Plant a Tree right away. Anybody that attended,
Yeah.
if anybody shows up, I hope some people do, but
So we'd have to
I
make
hope
this,
Jen shows up.
we'd have to make this with the adhesive on this side, so you stick it to a windshield of a car down the back corner.
Yeah. Oh, that's right, too.
There, there you go.
Nice.
I'll present that to city council tomorrow. And they can figure out what to do with it. Got all kinds of, I sent you guys
Now, this.
all the PR stuff that you can do. So,
Now,
Right.
it might be crazy, and I'm just saying, but maybe drill a couple holes in this, and this should be put on the front door as you're coming in the entrance of City Hall. How do you like that?
What, you mean,
The doorways, walking up the steps, and you see that right on the door when you pull it.
this little, yeah, that could be done.
We're on the Riverwalk.
Or, no, right here in the city hall.
City Hall.
I think I like that idea. Why not put it in the corner of the,
Right.
You don't have to drill any holes, it's got
It's glue?
Yep,
Glue?
you can
Oh,
stick
okay.
it.
peel off, peel and stick.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. We'll see if we can do that tomorrow. I'll
Right.
ask.
Oh, you're on the ball tomorrow. On a roll here.
All right.
Does Arbor Day, does the foundation, do they have any pull in getting, saplings to hand out to kids in elementary, or at the, if we're marching in a parade on that day that you've got this, we could hand out saplings?
Yes, they have them for sale at a very fair price. I think, you can buy 100 for less than $100. Okay. And again, in the literature that I sent you, there's links. Look at it and see, bring that to the next meeting. Let's see if you want to, if we can find $100 that we can, that Jeff can give us to do
Is
that.
that something we could ask city council for an appropriation?
We asked Jeff.
Oh.
Everything that we do comes out of this
And Jeff
Public
will bring
Works.
it to them.
Gotcha.
And really, it comes out of our street, street repairs and maintenance, but
So if he's got a little bit of money left in the budget for a certain street or something like that, he might pull some of that off to the
Yeah.
side.
Okay.
he's very creative. All right, any other things on this Arbor Day stuff?
No, it's really good. You've done a good job,
Thank you.
John.
Well, we'll keep that up. It's been done once now, it's not that hard once you do it, but the first time, I spent about 20 hours of time in January filling out the paperwork and everything.
I
that
see all the paperwork you.
But I got it.
And thank you again for doing all that.
It's better than getting yelled at for rearranging my wife's spice rack.
Oh, jeez. Now she can't find it. She just wanted you around to keep you around so you can find the spices for her.
Oh, believe me, I'm worth more to her dead than alive right now, and she's making me aware of that.
John, don't tell anybody.
Happy wife, happy life.
Don't tell people about that.
One of the things that also came out of this, guys, this effort, was I have at least a email address for the state forester. And the state forester made me aware that there are grants available that will open up in January and August for us to use to get some help with planting more trees. So I just want you to know that we're going to go after that full speed. We've talked previously at other meetings about finding other sources of grants and sources for trees.
I know Dinar's brought it up several times, so.
Pardon?
Dinar's brought it up several times.
Yep. So,
So who would be the state forester?
Is it Beetle?
Josh or-
Is it that Beetle?
no, the state forester actually is in Lansing, and he's.
Oh,
So I will share, remind me, if you don't see an email from me with his email address and
Okay.
some information,
All right.
I've got it in my contact information. But again, it's probably gonna require some work to fill out the paperwork for the grant, but.
I can help with
Oh, I know
that.
you can, and you're gonna.
In fact, in Detroit, when I lived by Rouge Park, I was a member of Friends of Rouge Park, and I think, was it the Conservation Corps? Some group sent us a whole bunch of young, strong people who came with their own shovels, their own saplings, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
We planted like 50 trees in an afternoon.
Well, there are all kinds of organizations like that that we wanna see if we can get them up here.
Yeah.
And that's gonna be the challenge. Detroit's done a wonderful job,
Yeah.
I was just there 2 weeks ago, and again, just amazed at how the houses have been taken down. And it's not just empty lots, they've got trees and, a couple of beer gardens, I just love that. In a neighborhood, these guys have taken an old container, shipping container,
sure.
and made it into a beer garden, and got picnic tables out there, and it's just fantastic. So it's just great to see Detroit doing that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm still a member of Friends of Rouge Park, so I
Well,
can.
find out if they're,
Yeah.
just see if they can give you some guidance, that'd be great. Anything else on the grants? I don't have it on the agenda, but I'd just like to, again, Sam, I think another thing I'd like to include in a press release that we're doing is what is the tree commission doing? And I think this tree inventory project that you're heading up with the kids at the high school and everybody, I think we really need to focus on that too. So, I know you don't have to, you may not be prepared today, but, if you could, at your convenience, just drop me a few sentences about what's going on there. And
I will.
that I can, we'll do a press release. All right?
Yeah, I'll get a hold of my two boys that they're seniors now. You know,
Graduating?
they're gonna graduate, but, you have to get the others,
Yeah.
involved, at this point,
So,
so,
wonderful.
yeah.
All right, anything else? Any announcements?
Not for me.
Pardon me? You're
Not
good?
for me. I'm good.
We good? Hearing nothing, then we'll adjourn. Everybody good?
Thank you.
Good,
Yes.
thank you.